base hit left field. One run scores. Here comes the winning run, and it is over at the Coliseum. In the air to left field. Upton going back. Upton near the wall. Upton is going to watch this baby go, and we are walking off for the second game in a row at the Coliseum. How about that? Now, the East Bay has been an exciting place in the baseball world the last couple of days. 2 walk-offs in consecutive days at the Green and Gold, building confidence. Tonight, the Halos come to town, and the Athletics have revenge on their mind after a painful sweep 2 weeks ago in Anaheim. It's the A's and the Angels. Game 1 of 3 next. Well, let's hope the fun continues at the Coliseum as we get set for a little rivalry matchup. AL West teams. It's the first of 3. Yonder Alonso, he's pretty darn good, and he's hot right now. It's the Angels, and it's the Athletics. It's coming up on NBC Sports California, which is powered by Xfinity. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball, along with Mark Mulder. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, Chris Davis hasn't hit a home run in a while, and so the offense needed to be carried by somebody. And this week it was Yonder Alonso. Mark, Player of the Week, well-deserved. He's been terrific.
Well, as you said, the Player of the Week. And when I see him swing, and everybody saw him swing all week, it's the confidence, the power, the belief in himself. And you can see he's trying to do damage with each of these swings. Lots of times last year we'd see him go the other way, try to put the ball in play. Right now there's a big leg kick, and that's the best sign. The left off the lefty, staying back, driving that ball to right field.
And Mark, you know what? During tonight's telecast, we're going to take a look at Yonder Alonso's swing last year compared to this year, and you're going to see a little bit of difference, and maybe that's why he's having such a successful season. Kendall Graveman's going to take the mound tonight. Mark, he needs to bounce back. He had a tough start in Minnesota in his last go.
Well, he was struggling with command in Minnesota. 4 walks. He had 5 walks the beginning of the season, all combined in his start. So if his fastball command is what's most important for him, if he's commanding that to both sides of the plate, we're going to see a lot of heaters. And since coming back from injury, hopefully that last start was just kind of feeling it out, making sure he's right, and hopefully we see a better Graveman tonight.
And it's interesting, Graveman's going to face Ricky Nolasco tonight. This is the 3rd time these two guys have faced each other already this year. So it's game 1 of a 3-game series. It's the A's and the Angels coming up on NBC Sports California. We'll have lineups at first pitch right after this.
A's Baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Jack in the Box. Come try the new guacamole and bacon chicken sandwich, only at Jack in the Box.
So here come the Athletics as we are set for baseball from the Coliseum. Game 1 of the 3-game series between the A's and the Angels. Game time weather for tonight presented by Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk is open. Visit beachboardwalk.com for park hour. 67 degrees, a nice night. Cool, probably need a jacket, but all in all, pretty good baseball weather. Let's look at the starting lineup tonight for the Los Angeles Angels. It is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Yunel Escobar will lead things off. He'll be at third base, followed by Cole Calhoun in right. Albert Pujols will DH, and Luis Valbuena. In our first look at him in an Angels uniform, he's the first baseman. Then Simmons, Maben, Revere, Pennington, and Maldonado.
And Kendall Graveman making his 6th start of the season. Looking to improve off of the last one, the one in Minnesota. 4 walks in that game. Not what he wants tonight.
First pitch to Yunel Escobar is low. So the Angels, no Mike Trout again tonight. He's nursing a sore hamstring. So boy, does the Angels lineup look different without Mike Trout. A's will not complain about that. That one tapped slowly, and Graveman tried to barehand, and then he ends up picking it up after it bounced around a little bit, but Escobar is going to be aboard.
Now batting.
So it goes as a hit for Escobar. Here's the defense for the A's. Davis, Decker, and Joyce in the outfield, left, center, and right. And Plouffe, Rosales on the left side of the infield. Lowry and Alonso on the right side, and Stephen Vogt is your catcher.
Well, he makes this play, he gets to it, and he might have rushed it just a little bit, maybe thinking he needs to plant a foot, turn and throw before he actually got that ball in his bare hand. Nothing wrong with the bare hand, simply because it bounced up to him. He just didn't quite get a handle on it.
So here's Cole Calhoun. First pitch to Calhoun is inside. 248 for Calhoun, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. Angels come in with a 16-17 record. They're 5.5 games behind the Houston Astros. Angels in second place in the AL West. Down a little bit lately. They've lost 4 out of their last 5. Umpires tonight, that's Ed Hickox, home plate umpire. Chris Conroy is at first. Crew chief Jerry Meals is at second. Ron Culpa is at third. So 2-0 to Calhoun with Albert Pujols waiting in the on-deck circle. Angels are 6-11 on the road this year. But good numbers against the A's. They are 5-2 against the Athletics. So that's the records breakdown for the Angels so far.
And whatever it was Vogt didn't like from Graveman in those first 2 pitches, he went out and said something to him, and you saw him kind of point the glove at him after that one, kind of like, that a boy. Maybe he wasn't quite following through. There's always that relationship. The catcher notices things when they're good. He notices them when they're bad. It's never a bad thing when the catcher just has to run out and remind you of something.
This one hit in the air right to Chris Davis. Left field, he waits. He's got it, 1 out. Well, tonight, any 95-mile-per-hour fastball is our fast pitch, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest Wi-Fi at home and on the go. Kendall Graveman and Ricky Nolasco, the pitching matchup tonight. Here's the big fella, Albert Pujols. 240, 4 home runs, 24 RBIs. So Pujols and Yonder Alonso both with 24 RBIs. Look at the league leaders. Judge, Sano, and Nelson Cruz have 28 RBIs. Then Avisail Garcia, Alonso and Pujols have 24 among the league leaders. So Albert Pujols, no matter what he's hitting, no matter what his batting average is, he still is a terrific run producer. Man.
Well, I was fortunate enough to be his teammate from 2005 to 2008, and boy, was that something to watch. he didn't. I'll tell you this: he didn't swing and miss much at pitches like that. It was pretty amazing to watch what he did day in and day out. The numbers he put up.
This one is skied shallow left center. Decker and Davis come together, and it'll be Decker who grabs it. That's the second out. So you saw him. I mean, Albert Pujols got to the big leagues in 2001.
Now batting, first baseman, number
So
18,
you got to St. Louis in
Valbuena.
2005.
Yep.
I mean, really, you could make the point that you may have saw him at just, I mean, his absolute best years. He was still a young player. 2005, he hit .330 with 41 home runs and 117 RBIs. So he may have won you a couple games that year.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, it's a fun resume to look at. You could put like 3-4 pages up. 595 home runs. So he's going to get to 600 soon. This is Luis Valbuena. Valbuena signed a 2-year contract with the Angels this past offseason. 2 years, $15 million.
And that's the spot Graveman. He wants to live down there in this game. That'll get him a lot of ground balls. Hitters don't want to swing at something that's down like that. And you could see Valbuena on that pitch before, not exactly happy with that call, but it was a strike.
So 2-1 the count. Escobar led off the game with an infield single. And that one's hit to center. Decker going back. Decker near the wall. Decker leaps, it's gone. Luis Valbuena straight away center field, a 2-run shot, and the Angels lead 2-0. Well, it had a good sound to it.
But you could see just by his reaction, he knew he got this. And like I said, you want to live down there, but Valbuena all over this one. Left-handed swing. He likes that ball down, and boy, he didn't miss that one. The ball just middle in, just enough. Very hittable. Decker gives a little jump, a little too far. This ball's down, just middle in, middle of the plate, really. And it's one thing if it's down, you want to keep it on the corner, running it off the edge of the plate.
Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. So now 6 for 13 against Kendall Graveman in his career, and throw a home run in there. So 1-2 to Andrelton Simmons. 6 runs now allowed in the first inning for Kendall Graveman. Simmons, did he swing at it? Just kind of checking his swing. It did hit him. They do check with the first base umpire, Chris Conroy, who says he did not swing, and Simmons will be aboard. Like they're looking at his right hand.
Oh, and that sinker came in, and you could see it almost seemed like it got him on a knuckle, or there's that sinker. Arm side just runs up and in. Yeah, right on the outside of his right hand. Boy, that's one of those spots, man. That's there's the angle that first base umpire saw. Chris Conroy. He said he did not go around. This is one of those, it seemed, when you're watching it, it seems like he might have gone around, but half of that is he's trying to stop, and the other half is him trying to get out of the way of the pitch, which makes it seem like that bat goes a little further than normal. And it hits right on the outside of that right hand.
It actually did not hit the bat at all.
Yeah. You know, that's that spot of the hand where guys, they come out of the game 2-3 innings later, where it starts to swell.
So with Simmons at first and 2 outs, here's Cameron Maybin. So the A's have hit 18 batters this year, most in the majors. Maybin hitting .212 with a homer and 7 RBIs. So, slow start offensively for Cameron Maybin. I know the Angels were expecting a little bit more from Maybin, and they still may get it. This one chopped slowly to Rosales, big hop. Side retired, but Luis Valbuena hits his first home run of the year, a 2-run shot, 2-0 Angels. Hit a 2-run homer, so the Angels lead 2-0. A starting lineup tonight brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and here it is: Joyce Lowry Davis, Yonder Alonso, the cleanup man and the player of the week in the American League, and then Healy, Vogt, Plouffe, Decker, and Rosales.
And Ricky Nolasco, the opening day starter for the Angels. You see the 2-2 record. Fastball, curveball, slider, and an occasional split finger against the A's this evening.
Defensively behind Nolasco, Revere, Maybin, Calhoun. In the outfield, Escobar, Simmons, Pennington, Valbuena. On the infield, and Martin Maldonado is your catcher. So Ricky Nolasco, the 34-year-old right-hander, steps to the mound. He's looking for his 3rd win of the year. So Nolasco and Kendall Graveman squaring off for the 3rd time this year. How about that?
It doesn't happen very often.
That does not happen.
Especially in the first, 5 weeks of the season?
To Valbuena. He'll take it himself. Joyce is retired. So the first start was opening night. Nolasco took the loss. And then in Anaheim on the 27th of April, he got the win. Kendall Graveman, Ricky Nolasco, oh, they know all about each other. So with a 1 out, here's Lowry. Pitch runs off the plate from Nolasco.
And Nolasco's not an overpowering guy. 89, 91, maybe 92 on the fastball, but he'll change speeds. As I said, curveball, slider, and the split to the left-handed hitters.
Nolasco in his 12th year in the big leagues. He has 110 career wins. Foul territory. Revere has lots of speed, and he's going to use that speed, and he makes the catch. Up and over the bullpen mound, and that's out number 2.
Time now for the Nissan keys to the game. First off, let's keep it rolling. 2 walk-offs in a row for the A's. It hasn't gotten off to a great start with the Valbuena 2-run homer there in the first, so they're down already. And second, stay hot, Alonso. Player of the week in Major League Baseball and the American League, and boy, would we like to see that continue.
And a cleanup hitter. So Chris Davis hitting 3rd tonight. Alonso hitting 4th. Bob Melvin has done that a couple times this year. First pitch is a fastball a little bit inside. Davis with his 10 home runs, still tied for 2nd in the American League in that category. Aaron Judge with 13. Joey Gallo with 10. Chris Davis with 10. Marwin Gonzalez, Yonder Alonso have 9. So Aaron Judge continues to impress the baseball world, leading the American League in home runs and RBIs.
I think with any home run hitter, they come in bunches. You see it all the time. We saw earlier, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago? You know, Davis had a handful in just a few games and
slowed down a little bit lately.
Yeah, but that's kind of the way it goes a lot of times. Those guys, when they hit 30, 40 homers, they're going to get 5, 6 in a week sometimes, and then they might go 2 weeks without any.
That one down and into Chris Davis. Well, as Davis has cooled off some, Yonder Alonso has picked up the slack. Lately, Ryan Healy. Pitch, like a little slider maybe.
Nope. He's just going fastballs in, sliders away right now, and that's the slider. You're going to see mostly sliders to right-handed hitters. He doesn't throw all that many to the lefties.
Three-two pitch. Here it comes. Outside corner, strike 3 call. So good first inning for Ricky Nolasco as he goes 3 up, 3 down. 2-0 Angels after 1. Angels weekdays. Greg Papa, Ray Ratto, and Kelly Johnson bring you The Happy Hour. Also available to listen live and as a podcast on NBCSportsBayArea.com. Second inning from the Coliseum. Back to work for Kendall Graveman as he faces Ben Revere, Cliff Pennington, and Martin Maldonado, the bottom three for the Angels. Revere at 190. Getting a whole lot of playing time in there with Mike Trout not in the lineup. 21st game for Revere. A couple of doubles and a triple. Mike Trout with a sore hamstring. He had an MRI and just a little strain. So he's been out for, this is the third game that he has missed. And that is hit inside the bag down the left field line. Revere is very fast, so he'll have an easy double. So a double by Revere to open up the top of the second inning. And for the first time tonight, let's check in with Angela.
Rally Skittles may have started 2 days ago. And, you know, Stephen Vogt was given these Rally Skittles from John and Leah, the fans. And we heard from the
So a little audio difficulty. We'll get back to Angela in just a minute as Cliff Pennington steps in. Pennington hitting .208 with 3 RBIs. The first pitch runs off the plate. Maldonado to follow. So the leadoff man, Revere, with a double here in the second. I think the Angels are thinking with Trout out of the lineup, they're not a big scoring team anyways. Situation like this, yeah, I mean you have to go small ball in its smallest way, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean Trout is such a dynamic player in this lineup. It changes everything. Let's say from Graveman's point of view, you know, when Trout's not in that lineup, it doesn't necessarily make things any easier. I mean, it helps not having him in there, but it changes things for the Angels where you got to go, okay, now you have Revere in there. You got to do things a little differently. Let's use his speed. You know, that had to be, that's a frustrating at bat for Kendall Graveman. You paint 2 fastballs on the inner half. You get kind of an emergency swing from Revere and it goes right over that third base bag. I mean, that's a tough one where now for Graveman and Vogt, let's slow things down. Let's First inning, they got the 2 runs. Now here they are, first and second. We have no outs still. Let's get a ground ball. You go back to your basics. What strength do I have? What is my strength? My strength, Graveman's strength is keeping the ball down. Let's keep the ball down. Let's throw strike 1. If they swing, let's get a ground ball. Let's try to get a double play. You can't try to get 3 outs with 1 pitch here.
Maldonado has grounded into 1 double play this year. He does not run well. He's going to bunt. How about that? So this would be small ball. Maldonado hitting .269 with a homer and 5 RBIs. He's got 4 doubles.
Well, you see less and less teams bunting these days.
Yeah, it doesn't happen a lot.
And so Scioscia's always kind of been a guy who's in favor of it. I'm sure he knows the numbers, but he did it when I was here in Oakland. He did it against us. But it also depends on your offense. Sure. And as you said, with Trout out, it's not quite as dynamic. So let's get some guys in scoring position and make their jobs a little bit easier as opposed to trying to get a couple hits to score a run or 2.
Escobar is the on-deck hitter. Maldonado squares early. Corner infielders coming in. That one's outside. So 1-2 the count. You just don't see, especially in the American League, obviously, you just don't see sacrifice bunt attempt in the second inning.
Yep.
As always, defensively, you have to execute. Not bunting that time, and it's a fastball, strike 3 called, and Maldonado will probably file that at bat away and just forget about it. That was not a good at bat.
Well, and I think the way he took the strike 2, he gave. If you're bunting, you're giving yourself up. So you got to get out there and you got to bunt the baseball. He took a strike, and that's never something you want to see. I think it then takes your aggressiveness away. Kendall Graveman throws another sinker off the plate that comes back for strike 3, and Maldonado just hadn't seen something like that because he'd been squared around on the first couple that he gave up on.
So here's Escobar. Escobar had an infield hit in the first. Just hit a little dribbler for the third baseline. Graveman came off the mound and just could not pick it up clean. First pitch is a good one, right on the outside corner. So 32 pitches already for Graveman. Kind of fighting to get through these early innings, and hopefully you settle in.
You almost get a feel that Graveman's just picking a little bit. He came out against, like I said, against Revere, strike 1, strike 2, real aggressive, and you can see the late movement on those pitches. Then he gives up that double down the line.
Up the middle, backhanded nicely by Lowry. Rosales fires to first, and that's a double play. Much needed double play for Kendall Graveman, and the Angels do not score. 2-0 Angels as we go to the bottom of the second. Of the second inning. Congratulations to Yonder Alonso. He is the American League Player of the Week. Boy, look at that. 5 homers, 10 RBIs. Look at the OPS. Good OPS is like 900.
Yeah, I think that works.
So here he is, stepping in, hitting out of the cleanup spot. Overall, 9 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Velasco had a 3-up, 3-down first inning. First pitch is foul back. Cliff Pennington slides over to play shortstop. Espinoza in the game, and Andrelton Simmons, who is hit by a pitch, is out of the game. So we hope he's okay. What'd you say? It usually takes an inning or two to start to feel a little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't quite an inning or two. He probably got back in the dugout when I can't throw the baseball. And that's, if your hand's swollen that much and you're playing an important position like shortstop, especially the way that he plays it.
0-2. Velasco. Good breaking ball, and thought maybe he had strike 3.
He wanted it, just ran it in off the plate just a little bit too far.
Tried it again, down and in. Alonso, 3rd in the American League in slugging, tied for 4th in home runs, tied for 4th in RBIs. He's 9th in the league in batting average. How about that? So his name is all over the leaderboards in the American League. Hasn't just been this week. He's been really good from day one.
Yeah, just the way you got. I mean, I can see a difference in the box. You can see the way he stands there, the confidence. He's believing in what he's doing right now.
Fastball away on 3-2, and Velasco gets his 2nd strikeout.
For the Angels.
So this is what we talked about, Mark. We teased a little bit.
Well, talking to some of the A's coaches, I said, what's the biggest difference? And they mentioned his leg kick. Look at last season. The knee barely comes up. Now this season, you can see that big leg kick. There's more movement, kind of enables him to stay through the baseball a little bit longer, able to drive the ball. And that's the biggest difference. As a hitter, it might, for you at home, it might not be a huge difference, but for a hitter, that is an enormous change to make. And he started to make it towards the end of last season. But to do that in season is really difficult, and it's something he committed to it. He worked with other players. Other guys talked to a bunch of other guys who do it around the game that he's friends with. And you know, anytime you can learn from other guys, get some advice, and work on it for an entire winter and prepare for the upcoming season, I think that's why we see such a difference in Alonso so far this year, especially with the power. And that leg kick and the drive that he's able to create is something that's benefited him so far this season.
So just a little bigger leg kick.
Yeah. But it gives him a little rhythm, I guess you could say, at the plate, to where last year everything was real stagnant. You're standing there and he just has a little stride. Now that works for some hitters. Some guys can hit for power. Pujols does that. Albert did that early in his career. Just kind of the heel came off the ground and he could hit for power. That doesn't work for everybody.
3-1 now to Healy. Last year he played in 156 games, had 7 home runs. This year, 9 home runs in 29 games.
I mean, and he's not a little guy.
No,
like he looks like a power hitter. His look. So this season he's just becoming that.
That one is belted to center field, but room for Maben. Maben has it. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd.
Now batting, the catcher, number 21, Stephen
And here's Stephen Vogt. Stephen Vogt, average sitting at 205, so he is yet to get going. He's got 1 home run. That came on opening night against Velasco. And he's got 5 RBIs. Bunt attempt, trying to beat the shift with Escobar, the 3rd baseman, playing over at the shortstop spot. Escobar comes in a couple steps, but if Vogt really wants to bunt, I don't know that Escobar would be able to make a play if Vogt got any kind of bunt down toward that 3rd base line.
Yeah, it wouldn't have to be a great one. But Escobar, like you said, it's just enough to get his attention.
Outside corner strike.
The only other thing is with that bunt, you see, okay, fastball away right there. We've seen Stephen Vogt hit the ball the other way a bunch in his career. So now that Escobar's kind of taken a couple more steps towards that 3rd base line, it almost seems like it could hurt you a little with him playing there. You get another fastball away.
That breaking ball from Velasco. Nolasco really one of those guys who will throw any one of his pitches at any time. Swing and a miss, struck him out off speed, 82 miles an hour. So 6 up, 6 down for Ricky Nolasco so far. 2-0 Angels as we head to the third.
Take care of your employees or just enjoy a game with family and friends. Check out the A's Barbecue Terrace. The Barbecue Terrace is located in a private seating area in both left and right field that includes pregame barbecue meal. For more information, call 810-638-GO-A's or visit athletics.com/barbecue. Or as I like to call it, Mark Ellis home run pit.
Yeah, that's right. That was his spot. Hook it right down the left field line.
Yeah.
1-1 to Cole Calhoun. Calhoun, Pujols, and Valbuena here in the third. 2-0 lead thanks to Valbuena's home run in the first inning. Calhoun hit a fly ball to left field in his first at bat. Swing and a miss. Good fastball tailing away from Calhoun. So one away here in the third.
And this fastball in, that's not where Graveman wanted it. That ball came back over the middle. He got away with one there, but the reality is there's so much movement on that. And I think Calhoun he swung obviously just right underneath it, but the movement that Graveman has is why a hitter swings and misses at that. He was trying to freeze him on the inner half. Missed it back over the plate arm side, but got away with it.
Here's Albert Pujols, who hit a fly ball to center field in the first. Pitch there, quick 0-2 to Pujols. Pujols' 6th year with the Angels. There's a shot to center and an 0-2 pitch that was right in the middle of the plate. Pujols isn't going to miss it no matter what the velocity is. And that was 95.
And back in the first inning, just like that pitch to Pujols, you can see this comes back over the middle of the plate. He wants it away, kind of yanks it over the middle, and Valbuena's all over this to give the Halos the lead.
So Valbuena, that's his first home run of the year. He has not been in the lineup a lot. This is just his 6th game. He started the season on the disabled list. Hamstring injury. Remember last year with the Astros, he missed last month of the season because he had surgery on the hamstring. So he just came back on Tuesday. He's an interesting player. He's not going to hit for a real high average, but he does have pretty good power. Can play third, can play first. He's going to play just first with the Angels. Walk-off home run against the A's last year. Good pitch, 1-2.
You can see Graveman and Vogt kind of going to some off-speed pitches. That fastball command hasn't quite been where Graveman wants it, but here's just a changeup, down and away. Valbuena giving up on it. You saw the breaking ball and the cutter to Pujols to start him off in his at bat.
So 2-2 to Valbuena with on-deck hitter Espinosa, who is in the game for Andrelton Simmons. That one hit high in the air, but it's in the ballpark. Chris Davis is under it. Pujols bluffs off of first, 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman.
So here's Espinosa. Andrelton Simmons was hit in the hand in the first inning. So that's why he is out of the game. Espinosa came in. Pennington moved over to short. And Espinosa, the regular second baseman for the Angels, so he was just getting a night off. He's getting a night off because he's 0 for his last 27. So he's back in there, but this is Simmons getting hit in the first inning.
These are the ones you never like. Even as a pitcher, it's not where you want to hit a guy. You want to run that ball inside. This one gets away, but when it hits on the outside of the hand, especially that right hand like that, unfortunately, those are the ones where he's probably getting an X-ray, figuring out what's going on, because lots of times that's where you see a broken hand on guys, and that's not what the Angels want to see with their starting shortstop.
So 1-2 to Espinosa, who's a switch hitter. Won a game for the Angels here in that opening series with a home run off Ryan Dull late. Geraldo just 147 is his batting average. 15 hits and 102 at bat. A swing and a miss. So the struggles continue for Espinosa. He strikes out, side retired. Bottom of the third coming up. It'll be Plouffe, Decker, and Rosales. 2-0 Angels.
Ball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Caltrans Stormwater. Keep our highways clean. Protect our water. ProtectEveryDrop.com.
So a nice night in Oakland with the Angels leading 2-0 bottom of the third. He's still looking for their first hit. So Nolasco strong early. He's got 3 strikeouts. And it's bunted, and it's bunted foul by Trevor Plouffe. So Plouffe and Nolasco, teammates with the Minnesota Twins for a couple years. Remember, Nolasco signed that 4-year contract with the Twins, and then last year was traded from the Twins to the Angels for Hector Santiago. Curve, and it's 0-2. Plouffe at 204 with 4 home runs. He was 2 for 8 in that series against the Tigers. Quite a weekend here at the Coliseum with the walk-offs on Saturday night and then again on Sunday. Don't see that very often. But it was fun.
They are fun, aren't they?
Third time in Oakland history, the A's recorded walk-off wins in consecutive games while trailing entering their final at-bat. It happened on July 4 and 5, 2002 against the Royals. You were there.
Yeah.
And it happened back in 1986 against the Baltimore Orioles. That is just not something that's going to happen very often.
Can't say I specifically remember
That's
either
all right.
of those.
Yeah. It's 4th of July.
I always feel like the A's in general have a lot of walk-offs.
Yeah. Yeah, even in the years where they've been down the last couple years,
Yeah.
they always seem to get pretty good action in the 9th inning. And not only 2 walk-offs, but against the same pitcher, Francisco Rodriguez. Rodriguez now with 7 saves and 4 blown saves for the Tigers, so that's a lot in the early going. Count stays 3-2.
Well, and Francisco Rodriguez, unfortunately, he's been healthy. He's been one of the best in the game for a long time. His stuff, though, it has to be down. It has to be right in order for him to get outs right now.
Yeah, he's
He made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's closer quality anymore. Popped up, shallow left. Revere and Pennington can't get together, and then the ball gets kicked toward the infield, and Plouffe lands at second base. So there was it looked like Pennington was going to have it, and then he backed off. And Revere had stopped just a moment before that, and it just fell.
Yeah, you can see them looking at each other right there. Pennington's got it, and it makes me wonder if Revere said something at the very end, because Pennington, generally when an infielder puts up his hand like that, yeah, Revere said nothing. So that's Pennington's ball. When you put your hand up like that, an outfielder's going to slow down, and that's exactly what Revere did. He kind of gave up on it, thinking Pennington had it, and all of a sudden Pennington kind of puts his head down and clears out for Revere to catch it.
And now a bunt. Espinosa with the glove flips to first. Nice play by Espinosa, but it'll be a sacrifice for Decker.
So here's what I mean. When Pennington puts his hand up right there, and Pennington's not saying anything either. So neither guy, that's poor communication by either of them, because I didn't see either of their mouths moving. So somebody needs to call that. Somebody needs to take charge. And by Pennington putting his hand up, that is kind of him somewhat taking charge of that, and that's why Revere didn't go after it.
But if you put your hand up and the guy's not looking, and he's probably not looking,
but an outfielder will see it,
do any good.
But an outfielder will see it, though. Even though he's looking up at the ball out of your peripheral vision, you're looking for that infielder. just so you know where he is, so
Yeah,
you don't
wanna
run
collide.
straight. Yeah, so you don't run straight into him. So you still know about where he is.
So the infield is back. So Adam Rosales just needs to put in play a middle infielder. If he hits it to third, you may not get a run. If he hits it to first, you may not. Valbuena playing even with the bag, but about a third of the way towards second base. 0-1 pitch. That's a good breaking ball, and it's a strike. 0-2.
From what I remember, I believe it's the infielder's ball until the outfielder calls him off. I think that's kind of how that works. And by Revere not saying anything, that should have been Pennington's ball all along.
So the A's tried to take advantage of that mistake, even though it goes as a double, but clearly a defensive miscue. Velasco, a glance over to Plouffe at third. Kicks and deals, and strike three called on a breaking ball on the outside corner. I don't know that that was a strike. It was close.
Well, it's a great pitch. It's just not a strike.
It's not a strike.
And that's actually a lot further off than I actually thought it was watching it here live. And you can see why Rosales is so upset. A slider away. And that's a good 4 or 5 inches off the plate.
At an important at bat. So now it's up to Matt Joyce to try to get a 2-out hit. Joyce grounded out to first in the first. His average at 193. Good swing, fouls it straight back, shoots right past the net. Couple was pretty bundled up. Is it that cold? It actually is getting cooler out. There they are. One's an Angels fan, one's an A's fan. Doesn't seem to be coming between them at all.
No.
Right center. Calhoun is going to get over there, and Calhoun has it. So Velasco gets out of the jam, and the mistake by the Angels does not hurt them. first of 3 here at the Coliseum. It'll be a night game tomorrow, day game on Wednesday. And then the A's will hit the road. Fairly quick trip. It'll be 3 in Arlington against the Texas Rangers, and then 3 in Seattle against the Mariners Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Mark, you'll be joining us in Seattle.
Yep.
Safeco Field. So you pitched there many times, but now you get to see the broadcast. I know that's a giant thrill for you.
Whole different point of view, huh?
That's right. It looks easy up here.
Game gets easier every year I'm away from it.
Do you ever miss it though? I mean, the actual, I'm not talking about the clubhouse stuff, because I think that is something you may, but the actual game on the field. It's something you're like, yeah, it's still fun. Finish that in a minute. Angela is downstairs. Let's check in with her.
Guys, it's getting a bit chilly out here, so I got my gloves on. And to build on the A's commitment to Oakland, on Wednesday they will be hosting 510 Day to celebrate all things Oakland. There will be a special performance from the Oakland Ballet pregame, as well as all the in-game ballpark music will feature East Bay artists, and fans can bring their Giants cap and trade it in for a brand new A's one. The A's Community Fund will donate a total of $50,000 to 5 Oakland-based nonprofits. So go to athletics.com/510 to get your tickets, and 50% of those proceeds goes to the A's Community Fund. Guys, back up to you.
510 Day on Wednesday. We'll look forward to a 12:35 first pitch. We'll have the game for you right here on NBC Sports California. Triggs, Jesse Chavez, our old friend. So day baseball from the Coliseum. 0-2 the count to Ben Revere. Revere had a double in the second, and he was stranded. Revere playing left field tonight. Maben, who usually plays left field, is in center field. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Kendall Graveman.
And after 5 previous fastballs, 3 in the last at bat and 2 this at bat, he goes to that cut fastball, and you can see Revere, he starts it on that same spot with the sinker that comes back over the middle in, but this time it goes towards that back foot of Revere, and Revere out in front over the top.
So with 2 outs, here's Pennington. Right to first. Alonso has it, steps on the bag, and Graveman has a nice quick inning. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Lowry to lead it off. 2-0 Angels.
Your number 1 Mobile app for live Oakland A's baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get A's home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today.
Team store stacked with goodies as always. Good looking hats, man. What kind of hat you want? 2-0 Angels lead. It's the bottom of the 4th inning. That one's driven to right. It's hit pretty well. Calhoun turns around, and that baby is gone. Right on top of the out-of-town scoreboard, and the A's are on the board. It's 2-1.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's a first pitch changeup. Yeah, 81 miles an hour, just up and over the middle of the plate. You can see Lowry gets the foot down, keeps the hands back. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a first pitch split. It's kind of an unusual choice, I guess you could say, for someone like Lowry, who's not the most, he normally doesn't, he's not like he's an aggressive hitter, I guess you could say. He's not one who goes up swinging at the first pitch all the time.
So you're surprised if he goes after a first pitch splitter, although that one did hang up.
Well, yeah, because it was up, you know, but I think it's an unusual choice for Nolasco. I mean, an 0-0 split to someone who isn't real aggressive. Lots of times with those real aggressive guys, you want to treat them the first pitch like an 0-2 pitch, which then I could understand. But you can see this is up, and Lowry just recognizes it right out of the hand, able to stay back. That's one good-looking swing right there.
So for Lowry, his 3rd home run of the year. He's quietly had a very consistent early part of this season. Chris Davis, 1 around. So the count 1-2. And Hickox called that himself, did he not?
Yep. I do find it interesting. I've started to notice with the umpires, when the home plate umps call that like that, lots of times the camera goes to the first base ump and he's kind of nodding yes. Like,
oh, of course.
Yep, you got it right.
I agree totally with him. Strike 3 call. There's that breaking ball. Same pitch to Rosales that was called a strike, and I don't know. Let's see where that is.
First baseman, number 17.
Well, this one looks a little better than the one with Rosales, but it's not. No, that's pretty much the same pitch. You're exactly right.
That's well off the plate. So 5 strikeouts for Ricky Nolasco.
And the thing is, for Nolasco, if that's going to be, Hickox is going to continue to call that, you need to, as a pitcher, you want to continue to throw that.
Oh man, yeah.
Because if you're going to get that call, you want to keep going to it. Good pitchers will try to expand on that, use that to their advantage.
So 1-0 to Yonder Alonso. Alonso struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Right on the outside corner. So Ed Hickox is a pitcher's umpire right now.
And you can see Alonso's just kind of questioning that, asking him, hey, is that on the corner? But if you're going to call the slider off and that fastball right there, that's quite a large plate.
So Nolasco comes inside. See what he does on the next pitch. See if he goes back outside. Pitch is bounced toward Espinosa. Espinosa picks it up, fires to first, and Alonso's gone, 2 away. So up steps Ryan Healy.
The designated hitter, number 25, Ryan Healy.
Healy hit a fly ball to center field in the 2nd inning. The hero from yesterday, a towering home run. Just over the wall in left field. sitting up here. Just we're not sure if it was going to make it out, but it did. Landed it right up there. After the first pitch, maybe a fastball that was, I don't think it was a strike. Up around the letters and finished it off. Healy now 6 home runs on the year. Got a couple of those 6 against these Angels.
And yesterday, as you just talked about, that high fastball, that's the biggest thing. For him to throw that pitch up there, he doesn't have the velocity anymore to get that by guys. He still has that good breaking ball and a plus changeup, don't get me wrong, but when the velocity isn't there, you're just not going to sneak that by big league hitters the way he tried to.
So 1-2 to Healy.
That was interesting, that slider right there. That's almost exactly the pitch that A's hitters have been rung up on twice, and that time that wasn't called.
Kurt Suzuki, walk-off home run as a rookie, and that time, like a fastball well off the plate, Healy chased it. But the A's get on the board on Lowry's home run, his 3rd of the year, a solo shot. So we're through 4 from the Coliseum. Angels 2, A's 1. Square looking good on a Monday night. That's where the A's Fan Fest was this year, and it was a big hit. Of course, it helped that the weather was beautiful on that Saturday. Maldonado, Escobar, and Calhoun for the A's, or for the Angels in the 5th inning. Kendall Graveman, after giving up the Valbuena 2-run homer in the first, struggled a little bit in the second, got a big double play, and then has been very good in the 3rd and the 4th.
Well, this game is all about adjustments, and we've seen from Graveman, he hasn't had the fastball command that we saw earlier in the year, but he and Vogt, they've gone to a few more off-speed pitches. This inning, back to the heaters.
Salas, backhands, throws, 1 out. All right, here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. Mark Mulder here, remember this. Last time the A's hit back-to-back walk-off in consecutive games against the same pitcher, 2002. September 2nd, that one by Miguel Tejada. And then there was an off day. And then September 4th, Scott Hatter, of course, with the home run. Jason Grimsley was the guy that the A's put a hurting on.
Grimsley was always that guy we could never understand how he gave up hits.
Yeah, if the players were thinking that, I can honestly tell you that us announcers were as well.
The movement that he had, at that time, I mean, he threw 94, 96 with huge sink.
Yeah.
And at that time, there wasn't many guys who did that.
No.
Now you see tons of relievers with that same stuff, and we always used to laugh saying, how do guys hit this guy? But you know, he didn't have that command, so he was forced to throw that sinker down the middle, and some of our A's hitters took advantage of it.
Hatteberg certainly did.
Yeah.
More action for Rosales. Again, he backhands, throws across, 2 away. So, I mean, you've had great moments, right? You won a World Series, a lot of individual accomplishments, but where does that home run stand? Hatteberg's home run, just as far as just sheer excitement and jubilation and accomplishment for a team.
I don't know if I really, I mean, as far as a home run, there was never a home run that anyone hit during my career that I could probably compare that to, other than maybe Pujols off Brad Lidge in the playoff,
Houston,
you know, in 05, but which a lot of people remember. But as far as my A's days, that was, boy, that was something. I mean, we jokingly ran up those stairs because I think wins 18, 19, 20. I mean, that's basically when Tejada won the MVP.
Yeah, that's true.
He did something each of those couple games that was just crazy, and we had a couple walk-offs there at the end, and you know, to get to 20 in that way was just, we wouldn't have had it any. I mean, you almost sit there and go, well, of course it does. Of course it goes that way.
Sure.
Of course that's how this game ends.
But was there ever a time where you looked at one of your teammates and maybe just said, what is going on here?
Oh, all the
This
time.
is unbelievable.
All the time. Yeah, towards
Ride
the end.
it out, right?
Absolutely. Towards the end of that streak, it wasn't believable. It really wasn't. I remember Miggy when he got that hit, that one back up the middle. I believe it might have been me and Corey Lytle running up those stairs going, are you kidding me? Did that just happen? And that was 3-4 days in a row of stuff that happened towards the end of that streak.
Toward right center. Joyce can't get it. Well, that's when you had to realize that, I mean, there had to be a point in this streak where you had to realize, like, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
The designated hitter.
But you have also said, though, that a player's strike was kind of hanging over baseball right around the time that the streak was going on.
Yeah, we were having labor negotiations. I was part of it. And it was win number 13, I think, was the day that strike was settled, or we didn't go to strike. So therefore, nobody was talking about our 13-game win streak. It was either 13, 14, it was right around there. But either way, then we came back, and next thing you know, it's 15, 16, and then it's everywhere.
Yeah. 20 wins in a row.
And I could be wrong, but at that time, I believe the Angels, they won 16 or 17 out of 20, where we didn't even really gain a whole lot of ground on them.
That's right. Base hit left field. Calhoun round second. Calhoun thought about trying for third, but he stops. So Pujols has a base hit. He's 2 for 3. A couple of hard hit balls. So now you got to get Valbuena.
Well, just a sinker, and that one stayed up. If you remember the first at bat, Graveman threw one underneath Pujols' hands that got a swing and miss. That one up, didn't have the depth to it, wasn't down, up over the plate, and Albert, he's older, but his hands are still quick as ever.
So with his 2 hits tonight, Albert Pujols now has 2,858 career hits. So he'll get to 2,900 this year. 3,000 next year. Adrian Beltre closing in on 3,000 hits. Valbuena goes after the first pitch, lofts it to center field. Decker's there. He's got it side retired. So 2 hits and 2 runners left. We are going to the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 Angels. What a night that was. A's won. 2-6-0 for the Angels. 1-2-0 for the A's. Raleigh fingers action. Stephen Vogt to lead it off. Foul ball alley, heads up. Vogt, Plouffe, and Decker here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ricky Nolasco has 6 strikeouts in the first 4 innings. He's continued to strike out a lot. 3rd most strikeouts in the American League for A's hitters.
Okay.
It's been a lot lately. Glad you agree with me. And a high fastball, 92 miles an hour, strikeout number 7.
At A's home games Friday through Sunday and select premium games have the opportunity to participate in the 50-50 raffle presented by Better Health East Bay, a Sutter Health Foundation. Winner will receive 50% of the jackpot, with half the proceeds benefiting the A's Community Fund. To learn more information, please visit www.athletics.com/raffle.
So Trevor Plouffe steps in. Plouffe had a double in the 3rd inning. Now, it wasn't his hardest hit double of his career. It was a little pop up to shallow left that should have been caught, but he ended up at second base. But the A's just could not get him home, and it was a leadoff double. Center field, hit well. Maybin's back, and that baby's gone, and we are tied at 2.
Ricky Nolasco hasn't made a whole lot of mistakes in this game, but here's one of the first ones with that fastball. A short swing from Plouffe. You can see a fastball middle, and Plouffe is all over this. But this ball's hit up into the camera well in dead center. You were talking about his double in the previous at bat. This one just a little bit better.
Revere dives, and Revere catches it, takes a hit away from Decker. Play by Ben Revere.
Oh, Ben Revere went a long way for this. You can see he's out of the picture right now. And here he comes, that ball sinking down, and he's able to lay out and just make a great catch. That's where speed in the outfield can do a lot of things for you, and that one is closing ground and able to make that catch.
So 2 away. Here's Rosales. There's a shot headed for the left field corner. So picked up by Revere. Rosales with a double. So now the A's have a chance to take the lead.
And Rosales jumping all over this first pitch slider. That one did not have the depth. That's the 2nd pitch now the A's have been on. That's up and over the plate from Nolasco. As I talked to the beginning, Nolasco doesn't exactly have the most overpowering stuff. He will throw different pitches in different counts, but when he's up in the zone, the pitches are flat and very hittable.
Home runs have been a major issue for him this year. So 11 home runs allowed now with the 2 tonight. So 11 home runs allowed in 37 innings. That's a lot. I always go by the 1 home run for every 10 innings is decent if you're a pitcher. 10 home runs, 100 innings. If you throw 200 innings, you allow 20 home runs. That's not bad for a starting pitcher.
But Nolasco's not, he's someone, he doesn't get away with mistakes. Some pitchers do. There's some pitchers you see him make mistakes over the middle of the plate, backup sliders, elevated fastballs. But it's because the command of everything else is so good. They get away with the ones that are down the middle because it's almost as if the hitter isn't ready for it. Nolasco doesn't quite have that type of stuff.
1-1 pitch to Joyce. That's low. Good take by Matt Joyce.
Nolasco's somebody who his stuff has to appear as a strike out of his hand and then work the ball off the plate. He can't really, he's not going to dominate a game in the strike zone. He has to try to get ahead.
Espinosa charges, fires to first. In time, side retired. Trevor Plouffe with a home run. It's his 5th of the year, and it ties up this ball game at 2-2 after 5 innings. Warriors game. So Trevor Plouffe with a solo shot, and we got a new ball game. It's 2-2, top of the 6th inning. Espinosa, Maben, Revere are the 3 scheduled hitters for the Angels. Danny Espinosa drives one to center. Decker hustling back. Decker leaps and he caught it. Bangs up against the center field wall. So a nice play by Jeff Decker. Now let's check in with Angela, who is with a very special guest.
Guys, I've been told by everybody that I need to meet the mayor. So here I am. Well, we're behind this guy. Here we are. And I'm with the mayor himself, Todd from Oakland.
Hi, Angela. How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
Absolutely excellent. Ain't no place I'd rather be than an A's game on a Monday night. Yay.
So tell us, Todd, how did you get the nickname the mayor?
Well, I think it had something about dressing and acting like the mayor. On my 50th birthday, I dressed up for a game, and that was 5 years ago. And it makes people happy that I'm dressed as I do, and it kind of goes back to the Connie Mack days of the A's, because Connie Mack always wore a suit for 50 years of coaching. Not 15, but 50 years of coaching. So, and Ellen, the usher in section 125, nicknamed me the mayor several years ago, and she's sweet. So.
And you, how long have you been an A's fan?
I've been an A's fan since 1972. I've been a season ticket holder since 1992.
So who doesn't know you here?
Him. Or he wouldn't have stood up while we were doing this.
He did. He kind of got right in our shot.
Yes,
but that's live TV for you.
Yes, thank you. It's the best TV that way.
Well, we're so happy to be able to chat with you, Mayor. Guys, we'll throw it back up to you.
Angela, we love what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, I'm with the mayor. The mayor deserves more respect than the gentleman drinking the brewski standing in front of the mayor.
He wasn't happy with that guy.
No. You know what, Angela, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you know what? Tell the mayor we love him and we agree. He deserves more respect from the gentleman 3 rows in front of him.
The guys in the booth say they love you, they respect you, and you deserve much more respect than the guy 3 rows in front of us.
I want to bring him a bobblehead of me if I could, please. Both Kuip and Foss deserve a Todd Schwenk bobblehead.
We will talk to them about that and see what we can do.
Awesome. Thank you, Angela.
Hey,
Thanks.
Angela,
Yeah.
tell Todd not to, don't push it, Todd, all right?
Don't push it, Todd. That's what Kuip's saying up there. Don't push it.
Number 7,
Push factor. I
Cliff
can't help it.
Pennington.
That's
Shortstop.
why he's the mayor.
That's right. All right, we appreciate it. So we've met the mayor, which is always a good thing. Well, we should say the mayor of the Coliseum.
Yes.
We don't want to
Or
upset Libby Schaff.
Usher appointed mayor.
Yeah, well, yeah.
In what, section 125? Somebody appointed him.
And he was not going to give that name back. Graveman, another runner in scoring position. He does not want to make it easy tonight, does he?
You know, that's twice now. Revere's kind of had that inside-out emergency swing and hit a liner right down the line. But, you know, Kendall gave up those 2 runs, and he's kept it there for his team. The A's have now tied it back up. And that's what you got to do as a starter. When you give up runs early, you got to let your offense know, all right, boys, that's where it's going to stay. Give me a few. Let's get back in this ball game. And the offense has done that with a couple home runs.
Well, now you got to get Pennington. 2-0 the count. Pennington has walked and grounded to first. Ben Revere with a couple of doubles tonight. About the same spot down the third base line. Pennington with a good take. Now it's 3-0 with Maldonado waiting in the on-deck circle. Pennington swings at a 3-0 pitch, and it ended up being a ball. You look surprised.
I'm very surprised. I mean, even by some of the pitches, you can tell Graveman is just kind of being careful with them. And to swing 3-0 at a changeup, that's down. You know, if you want to swing, you got to swing at something up, something that's right in your zone.
And that's a strike. 3-2. There's that pitcher strike zone, so Graveman gets a call.
And we've seen it. That's the first one, I believe, that we've seen Graveman get called off the plate.
3-2 pitch. Here it is. Strike 3 called right down the middle. Pennington knew it. So Revere is stranded at second. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Lowry, Davis, and Alonso to hit. It's a 2-2 game. Limited baseball break, and it's brought to you by the good folks at T-Mobile. Orioles get 3 first-inning home runs. They win their 5th straight. They beat the Nationals. That's a little interleague rivalry going on. Edwin Encarnacion back to Toronto for the first time with the Indians, but Blue Jays starting to play better baseball. They beat Cleveland 4-2, and the Yankees, after what happened last night, long night at Wrigley Field, they get a 10-4 win in Cincinnati. So the Yankees continue to play terrific, but Yankees are 21-9. That's the best record in the American League. In fact, that's the best record in all of baseball. The New York Yankees. And we have to talk about that game last night at Wrigley Field. Yankees 5, Cubs 4, 18 innings. Time of game 6 hours and 5 minutes. And I did not see the outcome of the game. I read about it this morning, and I thought it was a misprint when I saw the strikeout thing. Teams combined for a major league record 48 strikeouts in that game. 48 strikeouts. The Yankees struck out 22 times. The Cubs struck out 26 times. And again, it's an 18-inning game, but I don't care how many innings you play. 48 strikeouts in a game.
I got to my hotel, I believe, in the 11th inning last night, and I watched the rest of it.
Right, you had something to watch, whether you wanted to or not.
Yeah, as Lowry grounds out to short, but it was, those innings went by rather quickly because everybody was just striking
So
out.
it was bang, bang, bang.
And I'm pretty sure the majority of those strikeouts had to come from the 11th inning on, because if there were 48, I bet you I feel like I saw 25 to 30 of them. At least 25.
The number of pitches thrown in that game, 583.
It's incredible.
583.
And then the Yankees, flew to Colorado, right?
Cincinnati.
I'm sorry, Yankees went to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Cubs went to Colorado.
Yeah. And the Cubs got, I don't know what kind of weather it was. Rain, sleet, hail in Colorado today. So the Cubs,
they're happy.
their game got postponed. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow against the Rockies. But yeah, you're right. I have a feeling that Cubs found out and said, I'm going to bed. Chris Davis takes low. So 18 innings. I want to see who the home plate umpire was. I'm checking.
Joe West.
Was it Big Joe?
It was Joe West.
Nice job.
Joe did a lot of squats last night.
Nice. Joe West, that a baby Joe. Velasco strikes out Davis. So Chris Davis has struck out 3 times.
Well, Nolasco goes to an elevated fastball. Starts it on the same plane as some of the sliders he's thrown Davis. And this one just ties him up middle in. And you can see Davis almost trying to stop his swing. Once he realized he'd committed, it was too late. Yeah, there were parts of that game late where I'm thinking, all right, how's Joe going to move this game along? How's he going to try to get this game to come to an end? And in his defense, he called a good game, but he had to be getting tired.
Oh, my gosh. 500 over almost 600 pitches. 1-1 to Yonder Alonso, who has struck out and grounded out. Curve snaps in there for a strike.
There's one of the first good curveballs we've seen from Nolasco. He's missed quite a bit with it tonight, but that one just over the outer corner, right on the edge.
We just don't know what he's going to throw now. Misses badly with an off-speed pitch there. So 2-2 to Yonder Alonso.
Well, he tried going with a split there. That's what he threw Lowry, and you could tell he was not going to leave that one elevated. That's what Lowry hit out of the park. That one he was making sure he was keeping it down, and that's what happens when you try to make sure it stays down and don't throw it the right way. You spike it.
Foul tip. Maldonado hangs on, and Alonso strikes out. So 9 strikeouts in 6 innings for Ricky Nolasco. We are moving to the 7th. It's a 2-2 game. Sports California All-Star Teacher Program, recognizing teachers that make a difference. Visit NBCSportsCalifornia.com and vote. The winner receives $20,000 for his or her school. Beautiful look outside the Coliseum. Not a real big crowd tonight, a little over 10,000, but seen a good ball game. Those who decided to come out. 2-2, top of the 7th. A's and the Angels. So both pitchers have been good. Ricky Nolasco, 6 innings, 9 strikeouts. Kendall Graveman, 6 innings, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts. And as we've mentioned a couple times now, 3rd time this season that they are facing each other. Remember, it's only the 8th of May.
And usually by now there's been some off days, or some teams just use 4 guys here or there.
Decker gets over there. He's got it. So Maldonado is the first out. And the Angels will not come back to the Coliseum after this series until early September. These two teams opened the season with a 4-game set. Before the A's get back to Anaheim, like August. Matson starts to throw. 86 pitches for Kendall Graveman. He has had just 1 3-up, 3-down inning. That was the 4th. Angels have stranded 6 in the first 6 innings. They've had a couple of opportunities against Graveman. Up the middle. Lowry on the backhand. Throws to first. Nicely done. Escobar's out, 2 away. Lowry moving so much better this year than he was last year.
He really is. And that's one where you either, when Kendall goes after that, you either got to get it or you got to miss it. And luckily he missed it because Lowry was back there. Plenty of time. You can see the off-balance throw, but makes a perfect throw over to Alonso. There's times as a pitcher, that ball comes back at you, and you maybe, lots of times if you turn, you know where your infielders are. You know, if it's a tough play, you can let it go, let them make that play. But that one, the last thing you want is for that to go off your glove or get deflected in any way.
Did you ever pull your hand back?
Yeah,
because you had a you knew
on
that
some,
you
on
had
some
a guy
double,
back
like a
there.
chopper, one that goes down into the dirt and it's chopped towards second or short, and there's a guy on first, and I know that they're bunched up the middle. Yeah, I'd pull my glove back and just they catch it, step on the bag, and throw to first. So it made it a lot easier than me trying to make a throw to them.
1-1 the count. Cole Calhoun is 1 for 3. He singled in the 5th. 7 hits for the Angels, 4 hits for the A's. There has not been an error in the game. Graveman now at 91 pitches. This could be his last inning. He's only gone over 100 pitches one time in his first 5 starts. Since the first inning, he's done a pretty good job with that pitch count. Don't know if the Angels will have Mike Trout in this series. Trout fan just wanted to see his guy. Rolled foul. 87 miles per hour from Kendall Graveman.
Yeah, when you're a guy like Trout who's used to playing every day and you're hurt, you're not playing. Of course he's playing with seeds because throwing them at people, flicking them at people, whatever it might be.
He's so bored.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that is a bored ball player right there.
Knees bouncing, fidgety. Why am I not in this game?
Play absolutely every day like somebody like Trout does. It's got to be a very strange feeling to not be in the lineup, but this is the 3rd straight game he's been out of the lineup.
And chances are, you know, the Angels, they're going to be very cautious with this.
Yeah. And the thing too is you can't really DH him because then you'd have to sit Pujols, so that's kind of takes that option out of it. But he is fun to watch. Sets up outside and a fastball, and Calhoun swings and misses. Strikeout number 6 for Kendall Graveman, so he has a 3-up, 3-down inning. 7th inning stretch time from the Coliseum.
Regular season visit to Oakland for a 4-game series May 18th through May 21st. The Thursday, May 18th game includes a co-branded San Jose Sharks A's beanie to 10,000 fans presented by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Friday, May 19th game features post-game fireworks set to the music of Bay Area hip-hop presented by Lagunitas. To secure your seats, visit athletics.com/tickets or call 877-493-BALL.
That'll be a fun series. The Red Sox coming to town. here before you know it. Bottom of the 7th of a 2-2 game. Nolasco and Graven locked into a good pitcher's battle. Healy, Vogt, and Plouffe here in the 7th. 82 pitches for Ricky Nolasco. They got a report on Andrelton Simmons. Left hand and thumb contusion, and they did take x-rays and they were negative, so that's good news. So it got some hand and it got some thumb. So Healy sitting on a 2-0 count. And a fastball that ran in but caught the corner.
So that's a tough one for Simmons. Left thumb and right side of his hand.
Oh.
Because obviously his right hand, yeah, so it got his left thumb.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's no fun.
Pennington's going to have to use that good arm. He does, and Valbuena grabs it. We know Cliff Pennington, and we know all about his arm, and it is still very strong.
Well, the arm for Pennington has never been the question. You can see he gets to this backhand. The ball's just out of Escobar's reach. I'm sorry, he didn't backhand it, but he gets to it in time, and he's got to get rid of it deep in that hole. And when you got to throw it, put that much on it, there's never anything wrong with keeping it down. Lots of times you'll see guys one-hop that throw so that they don't throw it away.
One out for Vogt. Big curve, loops in there for a strike. Stephen Vogt has struck out twice tonight, swinging both times. Padres are leading the Rangers interleague game down in San Diego 4-0 in the 6th inning. Martinez and Weaver starting pitchers there. Jared Weaver pitching for the Padres. We'll keep an eye on that one. It's the only other American League West team that's playing tonight. No one runs off the plate. Astros are off. They will be home and host the Atlanta Braves Tuesday and Wednesday. Just a quick 2-game series, so that's an interleague matchup. Astros in first place, having won 6 out of their last 8 games. Mariners are off today. They're the East Coast at Philadelphia Tuesday and Wednesday. So the Mariners have an interleague game. Here's the standings with the Astros leading by a 5.5 game margin over these Angels, 21-11. The Astros playing great baseball. There's a line shot, and that's a base hit. So Stephen Vogt gets a much needed hit. 1-out single.
And time now for the Jeep drive of the game. We're going to go back to Trevor Plouffe. A fastball from Ricky Nolasco, left up and over the middle of the plate. And Plouffe drives it right into that camera well. Cameraman has a souvenir.
That's a long ways. Hit one up. Camera folks are. So 1-out single by Vogt brings up Plouffe.
Third baseman, Trevor Plouffe.
Jared Weaver is not pitching that game for the Padres. It's actually Trevor Cahill. They got it? There.
See? There's a souvenir.
Tom Atkins has it. That's not his first souvenir. He's picked them up before. He's been doing this a long time. One and 0 to Plouffe. Plouffe also had the bloop double, so he's 2 for 2. trying to grab the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Breaking ball just a little bit low. And Blake Parker starting to throw the right-hander. Angels bullpen is still hurting with lots of guys on the disabled list, including Houston Street. That one's a strike.
Well, and Nolasco's, there's a fastball away, and earlier pitch were sliders away, and Espinosa playing up the middle, and Vogt being held on first. There's a big hole in between first and second. If Nolasco's going to stay away from Plouffe, you'd almost like to see him try to look out over the plate, try to drive something that other way.
Big hole on that right side. So now the count is even at 2-2. On deck is Jeff Decker. Nolasco closing in on 100 pitches. Pitch just a touch low. So full count.
Well, Nolasco tried going away, and you can see how much run and sink this ball has. And I almost feel like the way Maldonado received that ball is kind of what took it away from him.
Ended up being a good pitch.
Yep.
Swing and a miss, struck him out with a slider. That's 10 strikeouts for Ricky Nolasco.
Well, right back to that slider. As I said, he's looking to stay away. He doesn't want to come in. That's Plouffe hitting the home run his at bat before, and you can see Plouffe trying to pull that baseball. Good slider off the plate, and he's out in front.
First time this year that Ricky Nolasco has a 10 strikeout game. Decker has a sacrifice, and he was robbed of a hit by Ben Revere. Curveball, first strike. In 2009, when Nolasco was pitching for the then Florida Marlins, late in the season, he had 16 strikeouts in a game. We threw a little harder back then when he was with the Marlins. Vogt short lead at first. Outfield plays Decker to hit the ball the other way.
Yeah, Vogt doesn't exactly have the biggest lead. I know he'll pick his spots if he ever tries to steal a bag, but Maldonado behind the plate has an incredible arm. So I don't know if you're really going to see Vogt trying to go anywhere.
Swing and a miss. 93 miles an hour, so a little bit extra from Nolasco.
As a pitcher, you pretty much figure this is going to be your last hitter. Or as the starting pitcher, you know this is going to be your last hitter. The guy's been warming up in the bullpen for a while. Got a little bit extra adrenaline on that pitch.
One and two. Decker waits. Nolasco deals in the dirt, blocked nicely by Maldonado. That was a great block.
Well, this ball almost lands near the front of the left-handed batter's box. You can see it lands well in front of Decker's feet and comes backing up because it's a slider. So you can see Maldonado, how that ball comes back into, well, back into his left, Nolasco's right. And Nolasco very happy with that block.
But now you know that the catcher can do it, right? It makes a difference. Throw it down there again if you want to. Full count. That'll help the A's as it'll get Vogt moving. Maldonado gets everybody on the same page. Runner goes. Pitch is hit toward first. Valbuena smothers it. Steps on the bag side. Retired. So the A's leave a runner. 8th inning coming up. It's a 2-2 ball game.
Four dealers, and that's Kendall Graveman. He was outstanding tonight. This was a night where he might even admit after the game he didn't quite have his best stuff, but after that first inning he shut down this Angel offense, gave his team a chance to get back in this game, which they did, and we are still at a 2-2 tie here in the 8th.
And we got a new pitcher. It's Ryan Matson. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. It's your oil change, tune-up, and smog expert. So Matson to face Pujols. First pitch down and away.
When I noticed it before this game started, Albert just 3 for 22 in his career off Matson. So whether it's that changeup or whatever, there's something that he's not recognizing.
Can't be a whole lot of guys that Albert has those kind of numbers against.
Nope.
But Matson is one of them. Curve and a good one. Valbuena will be next, and then Espinosa.
Good overhand curveball. You can see Albert just giving up on it. Where that starts and where it finishes. When you throw 95, that's a huge difference.
Tried it again, and this time Pujols lays off. 2-2 the count. Pujols has a couple of singles tonight, both very hard hit. 2 for 3. Got his batting average sitting right at 250. 595 career home runs for Albert Pujols. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's the first out here in the 8th inning.
So in that at bat, we saw a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. We saw a curveball at 79, and then he goes to that changeup. And that's what I'm saying. That's the difference maker, and I think that's the pitch that is probably why Albert has struggled so much. You don't see a ton of guys throw right on right changeups, and Pujols out in front of that one.
No one away for Valbuena. Valbuena with a 2-run homer in the first inning. So all the runs in this game have come on home runs. Valbuena, a 2-run shot for the Angels, and solo home runs by Lowry and Plouffe for the Athletics. Valbuena lays off. The pitch is low, so 2-0. That's the veteran David Hernandez getting loose. Looks like possible Nolasco's night has come to an end. Inside corner for a strike. Valbuena didn't like it. Valbuena's free agent contract, 2 years, $15 million. After hitting 13 home runs last year for the Astros in 90 games. Hit 25 home runs 2 years ago for the Astros. Madsen staying away, gets the outside corner. Count is even at 2-2.
Well, and as a hitter, it's such a guessing game sometimes. You got a 2-1 count. Goes to the changeup, 85. I mean, as a hitter, what do you do? Okay, you're going to throw me the breaking ball. You're going to go fastball away. You're going to go back to that changeup.
He went with a fastball, 96 miles an hour, keeping it away from Valbuena.
So you've slowed him down with the changeup. You've sped him up with the fastball right there. You could see how late he was on that. Going back to the changeup.
Lowry charges. Gonna get to it quickly. He does, and that's the second out. Well, great news, A's fans. This season, you'll be able to stream every NBC Sports California broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. A's games streamed on the go on the NBC Sports app. So with 2 outs, Madsen faces Danny Espinosa, the switch hitter. Espinosa in the game after Andrelton Simmons was hit by a pitch. So this is his 3rd at bat. He has struck out and hit a fly ball to center field. Bunted foul. Espinosa is 0 for his last 29. So when you get in the 0 for your last 20s, I think you get to the point where you really think you're never, ever, ever going to get another hit. And he's at that spot right now.
That's
0 for 29.
It's got to be how it feels.
And it looks like there's like 13 fielders out there.
You go on a run like that. I'm sure you're right. I'm sure there has been some hard hit balls
no question.
that right at somebody.
Swing and a miss. Actually a foul tip, so it's 0-2.
The other thing is a streak like that, you get the mistake pitch. I mean, that ball right there, that's middle heater. And I know it's 95, 96, but when you throw something middle, there's a lot of big league hitters that are all over that. And when you're going bad, that's what happens. You foul it.
Oh-2 pitch. Gold wants a high fastball, and it comes in just a little bit. Didn't miss by much. 1-2. Cameron Maben would be next. There are 2 outs.
Try and elevate another one.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball was moving away. So Espinosa strikes out for the 2nd time. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's a 2-2 game.
on NBC Sports California is brought to you by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon. By Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By AAA, what does your insurance do when it's not doing insurance? It should do more. Go to AAA.com for more details. And by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica.
Game summary for tonight brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 2-7-0 for the Angels, 2-5-0 for the A's. Both starting pitchers were very good tonight, and they're both out of the game. So they get nothing more than a good workout. Nolasco and Graveman. Home runs have been the story. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. The veteran right-hander David Hernandez comes in. Good numbers so far for the Angels. Still got a pretty lively fastball, does Hernandez. He was pitching in the minor leagues for the Braves when the Angels said we need some help in the bullpen, and the Angels traded for him. There's Santiago Casilla getting loose. Right there for a strike, 2-1.
Well, Hernandez fastball, slider, cutter. Mostly cutters away to righties. The rest are just sliders and fastballs. But like you said, he'll still get it up there, 95 or so.
Two-one pitch to Adam Rosales. Very close, 3-1. Sometimes that's been a strike tonight. Other times it has not.
Well, this seems a lot closer than some of the sliders, but he decided not to call that one.
In the air, Calhoun drifts over toward the line. One away. The A's Insider Podcast is back on NBCSportsCalifornia.com. Brought to you by Max Muscle. Log on as each week our A's Insider Joe Stiglitz talks baseball. Get that available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and Spotify. The latest guests include former Athletic Josh Reddick, Andrew Triggs, and Adam Rosales. That's the A's Insider Podcast with Joe Stiglitz. Brought to you by Max Muscle. So with one out, leadoff man Matt Joyce steps up. He's looking to get on base for the first time. Ground out, line out, ground out. Driven to center. Maben backs up, plenty of room. He's got it. Well, on this date, way back in 1968, Catfish Hunter, a perfect game. No TV that night, but a few still photos.
Number 8.
Perfect game for Catfish Hunter. That was the A's first year here in Oakland. It's May 8th, 1968. No walks, 11 strikeouts for Catfish as the A's beat the Twins 4-0. Not a big crop. He also had 3 hits and 3 RBIs in the. That's a pretty good all-around.
How's that day?
That's a good day. That's a good day.
I mean, did he really need anyone behind him? I mean, he kind of did it all himself, it seemed like.
As Larry David would say, pretty good. Pretty good. Well deserved there. The late, great Catfish Hunter. 1-0 to Lowry, who homered in the 4th. His 3rd of the year. Nasty breaking ball from Hernandez.
That's one of those swings. You're looking heater. You're looking heater. Oh no, it's a slider.
The underwater swing.
The underwater aqua swing. Yeah, I like that.
Hernandez again. Hernandez snapping off some nasty breaking balls. Last year, Hernandez was with the Phillies. Appeared in 70 games for the Phillies. His best years, though, were with the Diamondbacks. He was a pretty good setup man for a couple years for Arizona. Yep. Grew up in Sacramento. I believe he still lives in Sacramento. Threw it again. This one is line foul. So 3 straight breaking balls, and Lowry saw the last one pretty good. Padres still leading the Rangers 4-1 that game in the 7th inning. A small schedule, a light schedule tonight. Right there with a fastball strike 3 called, and Lowry knew it. So on to the 9th inning. It's a 2-2 game. Casillas coming in.
With the Chris Davis bobblehead on Saturday, June 3rd, presented by Xfinity. 15,000 fans will receive Davis's bobblehead where the arm bobbles, depicting his signature salute when rounding third base after a home run. For tickets, visit athletics.com/promotions. I think I'm here for that game.
Are you?
Might need to try to take one of those home.
Get you. How many kids you got?
Well, I got 3.
There you go. Well, then we're going to try to get you 3.
I don't know if I want to take 3 home.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll just let them fight over
But
one.
you know how it goes. Then you got to battle. You got to battle in your house.
Right.
2 boys and a girl. You already have a battle. You have an uneven number.
Oh, there's plenty of battles.
When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and smog expert. So here's Casilla. Yesterday he came in, pitched the top of the 9th. A's walked off in the bottom, and he walked off with a win. So he's got a chance to maybe do it again, but he's got to get 3 quick outs here in the top of the 9th. It's a 2-2 game. Maben, Revere, and Pennington are the 3 hitters. Bud Norris warming up. Also, Louis Gura warming up. So a couple of right-handers. Norris is their closer. Santiago Casilla wanted a strike call. It probably could have been tonight, anyways. There's your 2 right-handers. Maben is 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by him. A good fastball there by Casilla.
You can kind of see why Maben's off to a slow start. You can see how late he is on this pitch. I know it's 95, but you can see Maben, just everything in his stance, everything's getting going real late.
And he has really struggled offensively for the Angels. Got it right by him. So that pitch, same velocity, maybe a little more in, and Maben just could not catch up with it.
It's just the way his leg kick starts. His foot's not really down in time. His swing and his legs look almost in 2 different pieces. And when that happens, things are going to be off, and you're going to swing through pitches like this. He's just late on that. 2 good fastballs from Casilla.
So that'll bring up Ben Revere. Ben Revere is 2 for 3. He has doubled twice just inside the bag at third. And this is a good guy to keep off the bases for many reasons. One is that he's very, very fast. Up the middle, right through Santiago Casilla, and Revere is 3 for 4. So Revere in there just because Mike Trout is not, and you know what? He's done his thing.
Number 7.
And this is when the timing is right. That's a fastball, middle, and he drives it right back where it comes from. And you can see Casilla. I mean, that's between his legs before he can really even jump to get out of the way.
Glove down or get out of the way.
I mean, that ball smoked back up the middle.
So now you got to keep an eye on Ben Revere. He's 2 for 2 in steals this year. He just doesn't play a lot, but he has the ability to swipe a bag. Last year with Washington, Ben Revere had 14 steals, but he's had as many as 49. I take that back. Yeah, 49 with the Phillies just a couple years ago. So you get close to 50. That's pretty darn good. First pitch is a strike. Casilla not great at holding runners. Most closers are not. There are other things you can do.
Yeah, you can vary your looks. The last thing you want to do is pay too much attention to Revere. You got to make sure your focus stays on making a good pitch first.
Revere runs, but he did not get a great jump, and it almost looked like a hit and run because it was not a good jump, and he looked back in. The count is 0-2.
Yeah, that's definitely, he's waiting and he's looking back in. So yeah, that's a hit and run.
Pretty good gap in right center field. Pennington has walked, grounded out, and struck out. Choking up just a little bit is Pennington. They're not running, and the ball slapped toward left field, but it hangs up for Chris Davis. So that's the second out, and here's Martin Maldonado.
Well, Pennington with a swing, just trying to put it in play, and he barrels this. Doesn't get a lot on it, but he hits a bullet right at Davis. Luckily for the A's, it's hit right at him, and no harm.
So with Maldonado up, he's the 9th place hitter. You would think Revere would take off.
Well, and with the way Maldonado has at bats, he hasn't looked real comfortable tonight. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Revere try to take one.
And it's bunted. Plouffe bare hands. His throw is in time. Nice play by Trevor Plouffe. He was playing a little deeper. Maldonado thought he'd take a shot, but Plouffe makes a very nice play. Side retired. Three consecutive games. It was June 1, 2, and 3 of the 2004 season. Game 1 was a home run by Bobby Kiltney. Game 2 was a home run by Mark Kotze. We're going home. And Game 3, a sacrifice fly by Jermaine Dye that would get the job done, scoring Eric Burns. That's the last time the A's walked off 3 consecutive games. So Mark Kotze, his home run. Mark Mulder, you started the game that Kotze hit the home run. Maybe he got you off the hook. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe he pitched great and they didn't get any runs for you.
Yep. I wish I could remember. It's amazing the lack of
I hate that when
memory.
people are like, Mark, you remember that, right?
Oh my
right?
gosh. The things I've forgotten.
Oh, man. Well, we'll see what happens here. The A's going to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 2. This has not been a huge amount of offense in this game outside of the home run, which is still the best offense. So the new pitcher is Diolis Guerra. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. First pitch to Chris Davis inside. So Guerra takes over for Hernandez. Hernandez had a good bottom of the 8th inning. Stays high, and now it's 2-0.
Well, Guerra, you're just going to see fastball, slider, changeup. For as big as he is, you know, low 90s, 91, 92. See him walk out of the bullpen, you think you're going to have 98 coming.
Big guy. Foul back. Chris Davis has struck out 3 times tonight. He has struck out looking twice, or looking once, swinging twice. Big swing and a miss. And Chris Davis, he got a pitch to hit there.
Well, there was no doubt Davis had one thought on his mind, and that was ending this game right here. He was trying to do damage. It just came up empty.
kicks and deals. It's blocked by Maldonado, so you got a full count. Alonso to follow, and then Healy. So it is your best power hitters coming up in this inning. Rajai Davis is ready. Terrell Cotton will pitch tomorrow. Just a touch high. No! Strike 3 called. Davis can't believe it. Thought it was ball 4.
Well, fastball from Guerra, and you can see it's up and out. But he's called those pitches just off the plate all night. Not good timing for the A's, though.
So a high strike.
It's just still so unusual for me to see those high pitches called like that.
Yeah. Off speed pitch is a strike.
Part of me, from the pitcher's point of view, you like seeing that, but man, in big situations, to call him up there, that's tough.
0-1 to Yonder Alonso. Maldonado setting up down and away. Gura hit the glove, but it's called the ball. Here's the shift for Yonder Alonso, who has struck out twice and grounded out. For a strike. The Gura changeup kind of floats in there.
Yeah, he's got a good one. You can see the difference. He doesn't, like I said, he's not like he's rushing mid to upper 90s, but that changeup, the differential's 10, 12 miles an hour. So that's a big difference. Plus, he has good arm action on it. He kind of pitches backwards. He goes with a lot of off speed and then hard late.
When cued toward third, Escobar has it. His throw is in time. Alonso is retired. So Yonder Alonso is 0 for 4. And here's the hero from yesterday, Ryan Healy.
As we said, that elevated fastball from Francisco Rodriguez just doesn't quite have the same elevation, and Healy able to beat him to the spot. And Healy sure would like to be able to do that again tonight.
Maybe he will. So he steps in. He is 0 for 3. So the A's 3, 4, 5 hitters tonight are 0 for 11 with 7 strikeouts. Healy can change all that right now. That one called the ball. That's Liam Hendricks. He's ready to go. So now the count 1-1. So you see what Gura has. You saw the changeup, decent fastball, that last one, and a little cut to it. Drive, left center field. Has he done it again? No. Healy just missed it. So maybe we'll have to wait for a walk-off. As we go to extra innings, it's a 2-2 game.
is presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
So 2-2 game, top of the 10th inning. Mark, I can't imagine that Ryan Healy missed this pitch by a whole lot.
No, it's a fastball, and it kind of makes me wonder if it just got, because you see he was set up away, Maldonado was, and the ball kind of came back. So it must have gotten in on him just a little bit because the sound was too good and the swing was too good. So just the sound of it alone, I thought he got it, but must have gotten in on him just enough.
So the new pitcher for the A's is Liam Hendricks here in the 10th inning. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog expert. So appearance number 13 for Liam Hendricks. No record. He's got a 4.26 ERA. Escobar, Calhoun, and Pujols. So maybe the three best hitters for the Angels. Extra innings so far this year. The Angels are 3-2. The A's are 0-1. Angels are used to this stuff. Tight games. Two and one to Escobar, who is 1 for 4. He opened the game with an infield single and then scored on Valbuena's home run. Salas waits. He's got it. His throw in time, 1 away. Well, coming up tomorrow, it's game 2 of this 3-game series. Jarrell Cotton, Alex Meyer. Pitch coverage begins at 6 p.m. with A's pregame live. And remember, you can now stream the A's on the go with NBCSportsCalifornia.com and the NBC Sports app. We'll look forward to that. Jarrell Cotton will be looking for his 4th win of the year. So with 1 out, here's Cole Calhoun. Calhoun takes the first pitch in the dirt. So Graveman, 7 innings. Matson, 1 inning. Casilla, 1 inning. And now Liam Hendricks. It is a battle of the bullpens. Center field. Decker back. Decker with room. 2 outs. Calhoun hit it well, but the wrong part of the ballpark and the wrong time of day.
Well, you just said it all right there. Wrong part of the ballpark and wrong time of the day. Here at night, ball as cool as it is now, that ball's just not going to carry. And he got a lot of that. Decker able to get back to the wall and make an easy catch, and Hendricks is like, yeah, we got this. We got it.
Had it all the way. If you hit that ball on Wednesday, it may be a little bit of a different story. 2 outs for Pujols. Pitches outside. Pujols 2 for 4. 2 singles, fly ball to center, and a strikeout. Had a good swing. Hendricks coming right at him with a fastball on the inner part. It's Bud Norris. It's the Angels closer. He's warming up like he's coming in no matter what the score. Let's see if that is the case. Pujols got another fastball on the inner part, fouls it down the right field line. Hendricks always has pretty good velocity. 1-2 the count. Center field. Decker hustling back. Decker near the wall makes the catch. So it wasn't easy, but it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 10th coming up.
Booking a watches.com suite today. Visit athletics.com/tickets to book your suite. And for all A's fans, receive 20% off your first order at watches.com by using code ATHLETICS.
Stopper keeping everybody loose. 2-2 game, bottom of the 10th inning. Gura stays out there, and he'll face Vogt, Plouffe, and Decker. So the A's will try to win it here in the bottom of the 10th. Vogt is 1 for 3. He's singled in the 7th inning. The single was a line drive to left field. Struck out his first 2 at bats. Taken all the way, and it's that changeup, and it's a strike. Rajay Davis getting ready to pinch run. So if Vogt were to get on, it looks like Rajay would be in there. Tapped over the mound. Pennington's right there as the shift was on, and Pennington throws out Vogt. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 10th. There's Trevor Plouffe, who's had a good game, a double, a homer, and a strikeout. A's is a team tonight. Struck out 12 times. So it's not the Yankees and Cubs, but
Hey, shh. Quiet.
That was a bad thing to say, to even mention that game when we're in the 10th inning. Those youngsters are going to last as long as they can. Staying up late on a school night, that's a big deal. Nasty pitch by Gura. Oh, and it's 0-2 to Plouffe.
Yeah, watching the stuff that Gura has, boy, there's like a part of me that sits there and goes, wait, how's he not in your rotation? Because he's got 3-4 pitches that he can go to that, I mean, from what I've seen, I haven't seen him pitch much, but that's starter type stuff.
Tried it again, this one outside. Mike Scioscia trying to get that second inning out of Gura. 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air toward right center. Maben was playing that way, so he gets back a couple steps and he's got it. 2 outs for Decker. The Angels have 7-man bullpen, 6 right-handers, 1 left-hander. Remember, they are without Houston Street. They are without Cam Bedrosian. They're without Andrew Bailey. They're without Mike Morin. They're all on the disabled list. And don't know that Morin was necessarily a lock to make the team, but the other 3 guys, you could make a strong argument that that was going to be 7, 8, and 9 as far as innings go. And they have been without those guys in the bullpen for a good chunk of the season. Not to mention some pretty good starting pitchers too, including Garrett Richards. Garrett Richards is a legitimate ace. Tyler Skaggs, Piano. Annie just cannot seem to get healthy. So there's some pretty good pitchers on that list. Angels trying to make do.
Yeah, Richards, it's an unfortunate one. I'm a fan of his. I like
he's nasty.
The stuff he has, the way he competes, and man, he just hasn't been able to stay out there in recent years. Well, last year and this year.
1-1 to count to Jeff Decker, who has a sacrifice, and then 0 for 2. Was robbed of a hit by Ben Revere, who made a diving catch. That was in the 5th inning. Padres finished off the Rangers 5-1 final in San Diego. Decker swings at that changeup and misses.
That is one good changeup. 81 miles an hour. The arm action is just like his fastball, and that's why Decker's so far out in front of that. You can see it's almost like Cotton's. You know, the velocity difference. You see the hitters with that same reaction. They see it, and they cannot stay back on it.
Toward Calhoun, got it off the end of the bat a little bit, and that'll do it. So nice job by Diolis Gura. He retires all 6 hitters that he faces. We are moving to the 11th. This was back in the 1st inning. Valbuena, 2-run shot. So an early lead for the Angels. He's got a solo home run from Lowry. That was in the 4th inning. And Trevor Plouffe in the 5th inning, a solo shot. That's it. There's your scoring. Nice and simple. 2-2 game. It is the 11th inning.
There could have been a few more if it wouldn't have been so cold. And
yeah, especially last inning. Healy's may have won it on a nice night. Valbuena, Espinosa, Maben against Liam Hendricks. Curveball for a strike. Since the home run, Valbuena has hit a fly ball to left field, a fly ball to center field, and he has grounded out to second. Lofts that one into center field, and Decker's going to play it on a hop. Decker generally plays pretty deep, and he was playing deep that time. Drops in front of Valbuena.
Well, just a breaking ball up in the zone, and Valbuena able to stay back on it. You can see there's how deep Decker's playing. He's just maybe 5 or 10 feet short of that warning track, which is really deep. But that ball, a little sinking action in the center, not able to get there.
Jeffrey Marte is the pinch runner. Marte has the ability to play first base, so he runs for Valbuena. Espinosa really struggling. He's 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. Would Mike Scioscia have him bunt? It's possible.
Pitch running for the Angels. Number 19, Jeffrey Marte.
Also, knowing Mike Scioscia, I wouldn't be surprised to even see like a hit and run or something. Try to get a guy going that way.
And it's bunted in the air. Hendricks grabs it, and hustling back to first is Marte. Well, it looked like Espinosa just tried to bunt for a hit. It was not just your conventional square around and try to get it down.
No, you can see him moving. Yeah, like he's taking a step out of that box. Like if this is a sacrifice, you're giving yourself up. Keep your ground. Get the bunt down. Yep. And there's hey, when things are going bad,
that's what happens.
That is what happens.
So with 1 out, here's Cameron Maben.
It almost seemed like he was trying to take that ball with him towards second base.
A little bit outside to Maben, who is 0 for 4. 3 groundouts and a strikeout. Low strike call to Maben. Guy who's got 3 hits, Ben Revere, waits in the on-deck circle. Bud Norris is up again, so they're just trying to keep him ready in case the Angels take the lead. He's not really throwing; he's just kind of standing. Maben swings and misses.
And Norris is an example of just how decimated this bullpen has become.
Yep.
I mean, I believe he was a non-roster invitee to spring training, and now here he is, their closer.
Close pitch, call the ball, 2-2. Just not a whole lot of offense tonight.
Well, the sliders get called up right there, but just not the fastballs.
Maben spoils a pitch right on the outside corner to keep the count 2-2. Marte, not necessarily a guy who's going to swipe a bag for you. He has not attempted one this year. He just Valbuena with that hamstring. You want to be maybe a little bit careful. That's why Marte is in the game. Outfield shifted a little bit toward right center. Maben emergency swing. Like at least he's shortening his swing with 2 strikes.
Yep. I mean, as late as he is on this, I talked about how, you know, with his swing, like, it looks 2 parts. There's a leg kick and then the upper body goes. Like, the legs aren't really involved in the swing. And I don't know if maybe he was looking off speed there. I would highly doubt he would be, but you never know.
Maben hit over 300 last year for the Tigers, so the Angels a little bit surprised at his early season struggles. Hits that one hard. Rosales has it kick off his glove and everybody's safe. The ball was hit pretty hard, but boy, if he fields it clean on the backhand, it may be a double play.
As hard as that ball was hit, I think it absolutely would have been a double play. He probably had time to have moved his feet and gotten in front of that. And I think maybe that's why he's a little frustrated. That ball kind of stays down, goes right underneath his glove. But as hard as it was hit, I think that influenced his decision to go with that backhand, even though it was still just 1 step to his right.
So an error on Rosales. Now Ben Revere hits. Revere doesn't strike out a lot. He's kind of one of those guys who can be a tough out, and he's swinging the bat well tonight. He's 3 for 4, and all 3 of his hits have been hard hit balls. Couple down the left field line and the ball up the middle. Pennington is the on-deck hitter. Revere hits it hard. Rosales dives. He's got it. He flips to second for 1 to get the out there. So that's a nice play by Adam Rosales. And the A's needed it there more than ever.
Well, this is a better play, I think, than what it even looks like. You can see him dive down. He has to knock that down. If he doesn't keep this in front of him, the Angels take the lead. And that's not an easy hop there as you're going to the ground. It's a short hop. And not only does he field it cleanly, but he gets it over to Lowry for the out.
So now 1st and 3rd, 2 outs, and Pennington steps up. Pennington is 0 for 3. Plouffe plays on the grass. Pennington swings on a foul tip. Pennington, he is the kind of guy, I mean, he'll bunt, he'll do anything in this spot to try to get that go-ahead run home. Revere runs, swing and a miss, and the A's will let Revere have second base. So now Pennington behind in the count 0-2. 25th pitch coming up for Liam Hendriks in his 2nd inning of work. Fastball is high. Chris Davis shallow in left field. I can imagine Pennington's going to hit the ball over the left fielder's head, so Davis comes in a little bit. Marte, Revere are the runners. That one's hit toward Davis, who backs up. Plenty of time. He's got it. Side retired. Big fist pump from Liam Hendriks as the Angels strand a pair. Bottom of the 11th coming up. started the fun Saturday night. He's had 2 outs, nobody on base, and a walk, double, 2-run single, and it was celebration time. So that was fun on Saturday night. Healy won it for the A's on Sunday afternoon. And Adam Rosales is going to lead things off here in the bottom of the 11th. So Diolis Gura is still on the mound. Skittles are out. Skittles are out. All right. See, once you start something, they were out Saturday. It worked. Chip Hale threw a couple in. He's ready. I mean, not that baseball players are superstitious or anything. I mean, that would be a crazy thing to say, but
no chance.
They worked. The Skittles worked. First pitch to Adam Rosales is a strike. Gura's done a good job. 2 innings, 6 up, 6 down. The A's have also seen him a little bit now. Jeffrey Marte stays in the game at first base. Outside. So Rosales, Joyce, and Lowry here in the bottom of the 11th inning. It's been 2-2 since the bottom of the 5th. Kendall Graveman had good outing, 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. This one ain't gonna miss. 1-2.
Well, the A's sure would like to get Rosales on base with the speed that he has.
See if he can do it. That changeup, but this one misses well inside. It is indeed time for the rally hat. You do what you got to do at this point if you're a fan. That group will hang in there for.
They're not going anywhere.
Well, they will be here when the outcome is decided. Rosales tonight is 1 for 3. He doubled. That was in the 5th inning. Sets up, down and away. That one's hit high in the air to left field. Ben Revere's over there. Ben Revere has it. Rosales just got underneath it for the first down.
Number 23, Matt Joyce.
Matt Joyce is 0 for 4. The last hit for the A's was Vogt's 1-out single, and that was in the 7th inning. 12 consecutive A's hitters have been retired. Blue Jays beat the Indians 4-2. That game in Toronto. Stroman over Bauer. We said the Blue Jays, who got off to a terrible start, they're starting to play a little bit better. They've won 6 out of their last 9. An awful lot of talent on that Blue Jays team for them to struggle. Playing without some of their star players. Joyce sitting in a hitter's count at 2-0. Right on the corner.
And that's a good take by Joyce. You got a 2-0 count. You got to look for something middle in. That's a good sinker down and away.
That's a long ways from home.
They don't want to sit by any.
No, they don't. They want to be left alone. 3-1 to Matt Joyce. Lowry will be next. a miss as Joyce tried to end it. Ball moving away from him.
Well, that was almost the same that was the same pitch as the 2-0 pitch. First one he took, that one he went after. When it's down and away like that with that movement, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that.
So 3-2 to Matt Joyce. Here's the pitch. Shallow right center. Who's going to get it? Maben, the center fielder, takes charge. Matt Joyce now 0 for 5. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 11th.
Second baseman, number 8.
Orioles
Jed
beat the Nationals
Lowry.
6-4. Interleague matchup there.
And back to the 4th inning. This was Jed Lowry's home run. The first pitch, split finger. Left it up in the zone. Hit it right on top of that out of town scoreboard. Boy, we'd like to see another one of those right here, huh?
That would be just fine.
I'd be okay with that.
Lowry 1 for 4 on the night. First pitch floats outside. In that Orioles Nationals game, Bryce Harper hit his 10th home run in a losing effort for the Nationals. Game in Baltimore. Drive to right. Calhoun going back. And that baby's gone. Let's do it again. Listen to you, Mark.
I kind of called it.
He heard you, and he said, you know what, I think you're right. 3 games in a row, the A's walk off, and if you want to give your fans a thrill, there's nothing better than a walk-off, and now the A's have done it 3 games in a row. So Jed Lowry, a 2-homer game. So his 3rd career 2-homer game, his 2nd career walk-off. And the Angels will head back inside, and the A's, they're going to have smiles on their face. They'll celebrate for a little while as the A's have now won 4 out of their last 5. And it looked like that changeup one too many times, Mark.
It really was. But see, here's the difference. He left this one middle in, and that's what enabled Lowry to stay back and drive that out of the park. If that's down and away, all he can really do is try to hit something the other way, and that's the one mistake with a changeup you can't make when you're throwing it. You cannot leave it middle in. It's too recognizable and too easy to drive it like that.
So a game of home runs, and when it's all said and done, the A's hit 3 solo shots, and they win it by a final score of 3-2. So it just continues to get more and more fun. And tonight, really not a lot of offense outside the home run, but boy, in a game like this, you almost feel like a home run is going to win it, because you just sit back and you wait and you wait, and there just was not a lot of action going on.
It was going to be whoever was going to make that first mistake, and that's really all it came down to. The Angel bullpen was outstanding tonight. They did a great job, but the mistake was the changeup inside right there.
Indeed, and the man who hit it is standing by downstairs, Jed Lowry. And Jed, congratulations on the walk-off. I got to ask you, Gurra's throwing the ball well. He faces 8 hitters, gets them all out. You were the only guy that hadn't faced him yet. Are you able to learn anything or watching him? I know you've probably faced him a little bit, but what's going on when you're the only guy that hasn't faced him yet?
I mean, we know he's a changeup guy, and he left one up over the plate. So, it was just.
So I got to say, on such a cold night, how good does that feel?
I'll take it every night.
But Jed, have you ever been part of it? I mean, 3 walk-offs in a row. I mean, listen, if you want some momentum, there's not a better way to get that momentum than have 3 walk-offs in a row.
I got asked yesterday if I've ever been part of back-to-back walk-offs, and I couldn't think of one. So three walk-offs in a row. That's pretty cool.
I mean, away from the homer, I mean, Kendall Graveman maybe didn't have his best stuff, but it gives up that 2-run homer in the first.
Yeah.
What does it say that he did the rest of that game?
Well, I think the more impressive thing is how efficient he was after that. You know, I think he threw probably 40 pitches in the first 2 innings and ended up going, 7 innings and only throwing 90, 95 pitches. So, you know, what can you say about Kendall? He battled through, and unfortunately we couldn't get him a win, but we at least walked him off.
Hey, Jed, a lot of talk about, you know, Alonso having a great year, Chris Davis with the 10 home runs, but you've been very consistent. You're having a kind of a quiet but very nice year. You're moving around well defensively. How important is it for you to be healthy? Because it's very noticeable at the plate, and it's noticeable in the field as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's always what I've said is, you know, coming into the year, all I can ask for is health, because I know if I'm healthy, if I'm feeling good, my skills will take over, and I'll be where I want to be at the end of the year.
All right, Jed, thanks for joining us. Congratulations. Go celebrate.
Guys. Congrats.
All right, so 3 games in a row, walk off, and I think you said it right. You just felt like somebody was going to make a mistake, whether it be a pitcher or you were hoping the Rosales error. That mistake didn't hurt the A's, and it did not. But, man, it's fun when you can walk off, and I just think it just gives that team, especially a team that at times has struggled in the early going, it just gives them a shot of confidence. They have to start feeling pretty good about themselves.
The excitement. You know, I mean, these aren't the way you want to win ball games. You want to win it right from the get-go. Get a lead, keep the lead, make it nice and easy, not a lot of stress. The A's aren't making it easy on themselves, but the bottom line is you're winning, and that's all that matters. Doesn't matter how you do it, a win is a win.
All right, so the A's have now won 4 out of their last 5, and they're creeping closer to that 500 mark. They're now 15-17. So tonight's game, 3 hours and 6 minutes, played in front of 10,292. Final score, A's 3, Angels 2, and another walk-off. You've been watching A's baseball on NBC Sports California. Don't go away. A's Postgame Live, presented by State Farm, starts right now.